Sir, what does Kant mean by the sublime?
Kant says the sublime is a feeling we get when we face something so huge, powerful, or mysterious that it shocks our senses and makes us feel both fear and admiration at the same time.
So, is the sublime the same as beauty?
No, Kant makes a clear difference between beauty and the sublime.
What is the difference?
Beauty gives us calm pleasure. Beautiful things are usually small, balanced, gentle, and pleasing. A flower, a garden, or a painting may be beautiful.
And the sublime?
The sublime is different because it disturbs us before it pleases us. It comes from things that seem too large, too strong, or too infinite for us to understand easily.
Can you give an example?
Imagine you are standing near a huge mountain during a storm. You hear thunder, see lightning, and feel strong winds. You become afraid because nature seems powerful. Yet, at the same time, you are amazed by its greatness. That mixed feeling is the sublime.
So the sublime contains both fear and attraction.
Exactly. Kant says the sublime creates awe, fear, wonder, and respect together.
Why does it make us feel small?
Because when we see something enormous, like the endless sky, the ocean, or a huge mountain, we realize how limited our body and senses are.
Then, why does Kant say the sublime also makes us feel strong?
Because although our senses fail to fully understand these things, our mind can still think about them. Nature may be powerful, but human reason is even greater, because it can imagine infinity and understand ideas beyond what the eyes can see.
That sounds strange. How can the mind be greater than nature?
Think of it like this. A child may stand before a giant library and feel overwhelmed because there are too many books. But the child's mind still has the ability to think about all that knowledge. In the same way, nature may appear greater than us physically, but our mind can rise above it.
So Kant believes that the mind is superior to nature?
Yes, Kant says that nature can frighten the body, but it cannot defeat the human spirit and reason. This gives human beings dignity and inner power.
Is the sublime based on beauty and shape?
No, beauty usually depends on form, balance, harmony, and proportion. For example, a flower is beautiful because its shape is pleasing.
And the sublime?
The sublime is often formless. It is usually connected with things that seem endless, shapeless, or beyond limits.
Can you explain with an analogy?
Yes. Beauty is like listening to a soft melody played on a flute. Everything is balanced and pleasant. The sublime is like hearing the loud sound of thunder during a storm. It is not gentle, but it is powerful and overwhelming.
Does Kant believe everyone experiences the sublime in the same way?
Kant says that when we experience the sublime, we believe others should also feel it. In this way, the sublime claims universality, just like beauty.
But do all people really react in the same way?
Not always. Some people may love mountains and storms, while others may only feel fear. Critics say that the sublime can depend on personal experience, culture, religion, and personality.
Did Kant divide the sublime into different types?
Yes, he divides it into two main types, the mathematical sublime and the dynamical sublime.
What is the mathematical sublime?
The mathematical sublime is related to vastness and size. It appears in things that are so large that we cannot fully measure or imagine them.
Such as?
The endless sky, the universe, the desert, or the stars.
Why is it called mathematical?
Because it deals with quantity, number, and size. Our senses cannot fully measure such vast things, but our reason still tries to understand them.
Can you give an analogy?
Imagine trying to count every grain of sand on a beach. Your senses fail because the number is too great, yet your mind understands the idea of infinite sand. That is the mathematical sublime.
And what is the dynamical sublime?
The dynamical sublime is related to the power and force of nature.
What are some examples?
Storms, earthquakes, volcanoes, strong oceans, and floods.
Why do these things create the sublime?
Because they show nature's great power. We feel fear because these things can destroy us physically. But if we are safe, we also realize that our reason and spirit are stronger than physical danger.
Can you explain that with an analogy too?
Imagine watching a dangerous storm from inside a strong house. You know the storm is powerful, but you also know you are safe, so you admire its force without being destroyed by it. This is the dynamical sublime.
What is the main importance of Kant's theory of the sublime?
Kant's theory shows that humans are not only creatures of the body, but also creatures of reason. Even when nature appears stronger than us, our mind remains free and superior.
Are there any weaknesses in Kant's theory?
Yes, some critics say that Kant gives too much importance to reason and not enough importance to emotions or cultural differences. Different people may experience fear, awe, and beauty differently.
Then, what is the final idea of Kant's Analytic of the sublime?
Kant's final idea is that the sublime is a powerful feeling in which fear and admiration come together. It reminds us that nature may seem infinite and overwhelming, but the human mind has the power to rise above it.
Thank you, viewers, for watching our podcast. For more videos like this, subscribe our channel.